Enjoy your home for the holidays with store-wide savings at Room to Room. 50% off, 48-month special financing, and as our gift to you, a free accessory buyer's card. There's something here for everyone, including gift cards. Merry Christmas from Room to Room Tupelo.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
A cold but clear forecast across North Mississippi heading into our parade time frames as we get into our Tuesday evening. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynard, and we are tracking again that cold, clear night. And of course, I'm not the one to say that. It's the one out in the field, our chief meteorologist, Matt Lawpon, joining us live at the 6 o'clock hour. I can see that folks are gathering up, Matt, an exciting time in Amory as their Christmas parade kicks off here shortly.
Yeah, coming up at 6:30, of course, the kickoff to the Christmas parade here in Amory. So that means it is lineup time as everyone's getting ready to kick off the festivities here, trying to bundle up and stay warm. A lot of great floats here that folks have gotten out, and looking like it's going to be a beautiful evening here. The things I am always amazed, always amazed by the little misses. They're able to stay warm. Now, what's your name? Lara, and how you feeling?
Good.
Good. Are you excited about tonight? Have you ever ridden a parade like this before? No. Well, you've got to. I got to show everyone at home the car. Hey, you have fun tonight, all right? Fun? Okay. So I'm gonna show the car. I'm gonna go kind of a little wider here for a second so I can show that. But some of these cars are just spectacular. It's locked in on me, so I'm gonna make it down. There we go. Look at some of these cars. Some great classic cars here, and I got to give credit to the Chevelle here. I got to take a picture in that. I'll probably post that one on socials. Love those old cars. So, yeah, everyone excited for this evening here in the Amory area and the parade that is to come. One of the things, of course, we're looking at, obviously, these cool temperatures as we go through the evening here. We're going to be dry and clear throughout tonight, thankfully. We do expect chilly and breezy conditions on the way as we look toward your Wednesday. Hey. And we are expecting, again, weekend temperatures looking more mild than they were. At least it's a little bit of an improvement, and we have to kind of accept a little bit in this situation if we can. Outside right now, again, those temperatures remain a little bit cool. Coming in at this instant, 40 degrees, maybe a little bit's an understatement. That feels like temperature coming in around 37. That means exposed skin, covered up. You'll be in shape there. Those winds, though, relatively light. Looking at the first 12, we are 40 for that temperature at 7 p.m. On average, a few spots a little cooler than that. 38 by 10 p.m. and looking 37 by 1 a.m. and probably mid. Give me a second. There we are. Sorry, got a phone call. And apparently phone call knocks that off, so I'll have to put on Do Not Disturb next time. So looking at 42 right now in New Albany, 40 degrees in Tupelo, 39 in Amory at this time. Under of course, these cool conditions, the wind chill temperature, it's 37 in Tupelo. Here in Amory, 40 for what it feels like to that exposed skin. And again, most spots, obviously, if you can cover up, you'll be in fairly good shape there. Mississippi Live Weather Radar, not a whole lot going on here. High pressure, the story across most of the southeastern United States. Wide shot does show two systems. One farther west that will bring us some limited chances for precipitation, but that's still probably the weekend before that gets here, hopefully meaning that even through the Saltillo Christmas parade on Friday, we can keep things dry. But this first system could have, obviously, a little bit of a drop in temperatures. One of the things is kind of keeping us from really getting a lot more definitely gonna have to work on that next time. Unfortunately, it looks like that those I'll call that person back in a second. I believe that's the person here with Amory Main Street that's so helped me do some live streaming with this a little bit. So we'll wrap this up here real quick. As you can see, keeping it mostly clear as we progress through the evening under mostly dry conditions as well into early tomorrow. 56 by noontime tomorrow after that beginning start there. It looks like I skipped right past it. So go back one graphic there just for a moment if you could, Gabe, on the back button. We're looking at by, according to the morning, 37 or 56 by noon, keeping it dry, 59 the temperature at 3 p.m. on northwest winds that will be a little more breezy. That's behind that next front. Gabe is tracking that front. It's timing for us into the area and looking toward the weekend forecast. I was talking to some folks here just a minute ago, and everyone's talking about the cold weekend. And while we're still chilly, the extreme cold, not as prevalent. We're breaking down that full forecast here from the Room to Room Weather Center, and we're looking at some of the parade folks here in Amory. Hey, who's ready for the parade tonight? A lot of them ready for that. That's coming up as Mississippi Live Weather continues here in 60 seconds.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
This portion of Mississippi Live Weather is presented by Little's Jewelers.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
A beautiful night in Amory as folks are just moments away from the kickoff of that Amory Christmas Parade. 39 degrees, feels like right around that same margin because winds not overly breezy right now. We'll be breaking down that wind chill here in just a moment, but that wind chill really going to be a factor as we push more into the start of our Wednesday. So tonight, picture perfect parade forecast, and that's what our chief meteorologist Matt Laupont is tracking out there. But taking a look at some floats tonight, he joins us here on the 6 o'clock broadcast, tracking the latest as well as those floats.
I mean, ultimately, just getting folks ready for the parade. You can see all the folks there lined up in the Amory band. You excited? Ready to go? I'm gonna try not to. They were got lined up a second ago, so I'm trying not to get anybody in trouble by talking to them. That I can't wait to hear y'all here in just a little bit. We're here in downtown Amory, just west of downtown, near Front Street, where everyone is lining up. Kickoff of this parade is going to be coming up at 6:30 p.m. Yeah, kind of divided up. Bands back there, some of the floats back this direction, and back the other way as well. And then just so many classic cars, maybe antique cars, probably the way to describe some of these as well. So a lot for the whole family to kind of check out here. And if you're still in the area, you can try to make your way out. 6:30 is the beginning time on that. Now, we are going to try to carry this parade live coming up here at 6:30 or a little after that. So we'll do a live stream. Hey, how y'all? Good. Okay, so we'll probably going to be taking a picture or two as well associated with that. But Gabe, of course, you're looking at the cool conditions this evening, but we appreciate the good folks at MLM Clothiers for sponsor us here on Mississippi Live Weather and our ability to kind of go around and check out some of these Christmas parades. There's additional parades again. Grenada tomorrow, I believe, and then Saltillo later this week on the way. What is that forecast looking like the remainder of this work week?
Well, Matt, it's going to be a cold one, and we do have another parade tonight in Itawamba County. Fulton kicking off actually at the 6 o'clock hour. 39 degrees right now. Dew point still relatively low, so those dry conditions reign supreme, but a chilly one no matter where you're at here in North Mississippi. Parade or no parade, any of those evening plans will need those layers paired with it. 40 degrees in Tupelo, 40 in Senatobia, 38 in Tunica, and 42 Grenada and Greenwood, as Matt was mentioning, preparing for that parade tomorrow. But let's factor in those breezy conditions. And of course, a little bit more breezy out there in the Delta, making it feel around freezing there towards Tunica, 35 Clarksdale, Senatobia, and Southaven. So that's where that temperature differential will be felt, is out there along the Mississippi River. Rest of us, basically what that temperature is how it feels outside as well. But those breezy conditions do push in as we get further into our Wednesday, and that's where we could get that wind chill factor once again. I mean, look at wind speeds. Basically nothing. Amory, Starkville, and Louisville. Jump out west, we're 6, 7, 8, 9 miles an hour. And those 9-mile-an-hour gusts or 9-mile-an-hour breezes will make those temperatures feel a little bit colder. And that's why Tunica feels around freezing, despite that temperature not exactly being at freezing. As we take a look at our Mississippi Live Weather Radar, nothing of note on radar once again. So those dry conditions continue as we get into the 6 o'clock hour. Some of that cloud cover moving in there through Grenada, Water Valley, Oxford, and even there towards Ripley. But that's just a little bit of those cumulus clouds, really cirrus clouds, working their way through North Mississippi, and the rest of us basically clear. So mostly clear conditions do remain in place. Water vapor imagery, if we expand this out, you can see that those dry conditions are further towards our south, but some of that moisture mixing back in. That'll be in our forecast moving into our Wednesday, potentially with some cloud cover, but nothing more than that. No rainfall expected with that cold front as it pushes on through. So your parade planner tonight, looking good to go. Honestly, like I said, a picture perfect parade planner. Enough alliteration for you? I think so. 41 degrees by 6, 40 by 7, and then 39 by 8 p.m. It's going to be, again, a great night across North Mississippi, whether you're heading to Amory or Fulton, both of which going to be a great time seeing those sights and sounds. Now, futurecast into this evening. What are we tracking? Well, dry conditions for sure. The occasional cloud, not an impossibility, but those are not going to be those gloomy skies like what we had Sunday and for the start of our Monday. So as we push that forecast overnight and into that 2 o'clock hour, really early a.m. on our Wednesday, looking good to go once again. Winds still breezy out of the south, so it'll not fully shift until that front pushes on through, and that front going to be getting into the area by the start of our Wednesday around that 5 and 6 o'clock hour. So low temperatures still going to be cool, but not as cold as what it was this morning and not as cold as it was a couple of mornings ago. 36 degrees in Bruce, same thing Boonville, Amory, and Columbus. 38 Louisville, 39 Belzona, and low 40s out there in the Delta with Cleveland and Greenville coming in about 41 degrees. Now wind chill, this is what we're talking about. That wind is going to work its way across North Mississippi, bumping these feels like values down just a bit. So 34 in Tunica, at freezing for Tupelo, below freezing in Boonville. Again, this is how it will feel outside. So layering up, very important as we head out to the school bus. Of course, pick up at the bus stop, going to be 37 degrees. Feels like value still in the low to mid 30s. And then drop off 59 degrees. Sunshine lingering all day long. So a day you want to take advantage of and a day that you want to go outside if you can handle that cold, of course. Our futurecast keeps going, and as you can see, that front drifting right across North Mississippi, and that's going to have those winds start to shift just a bit. You see the southerly wind? Well, then on the back side of it, working in that westerly wind, and that's where we're going to start to see those winds gradually shift to more of a northwest wind by the late morning, early afternoon. And then we'll get those cold temperatures back by Thursday. But that's not going to affect our forecast Wednesday. No rainfall going to be attached to that front. So our temperatures warming up nicely throughout the day into the low 60s for some of us as we get into that peak heating in our Wednesday afternoon. Not only is it going to be slightly warmer, it's also just going to be a beautiful sight with all that sunshine in the forecast. Like I said, it's a day where you want to take advantage of and get outside. Today, the same thing. Today is a beautiful forecast, even at the 6 o'clock hour. So as we work our way into our Wednesday afternoon, you can see high temperatures getting into the low 60s for Columbus, Kosciuszko, Belzona, 59 Houston, Amory, 58 Tupelo, and 56 Iuka, Corinth, and Oxford. As we keep futurecast going, a few cirrus clouds possible to move through the forecast Wednesday night. But as we really get into the start of our Thursday, you can see those cumulus clouds do work their way back into the northwest part of our viewing area. No rainfall going to be attached to that. We're sitting pretty as we get into the start of our Thursday with a few beautiful sunrises across the area. Excited to see that take place. Noontime on our Thursday, staying with those dry conditions. I do want to note winds pretty calm out of the south there on the eastern portion of our viewing area, but out west a little bit more breezy. Those breezy conditions do work their way into the rest of the area by the afternoon. So calm winds to start, a little bit more breezy to wrap it up, and those breezy conditions will continue into those evening plans on our Thursday or any parades that we have on Thursday as well. Again, I need to look at that list to see the latest on who goes where, but we know that we do have Grenada tomorrow, we have Saltillo on Friday, and we want those great conditions to be in place for both of those parades. High temperatures Thursday, 52 degrees New Albany, 50 Senatobia, 54 Grenada, Eupora, and same thing down around Macon with 53 in Aliceville. Now, for folks up on the far northeast portion and along the Tennessee state line, upper 40s not an impossibility, but that's the effects of the front that we'll be feeling, dropping those temperatures just a bit. So it's not going to be the low 60s forever. unfortunately, because I kind of like that. So Friday warms up once again into the low 60s. So 60s do return, but again, they don't stick around forever. Saturday, 59 degrees, and then Sunday, 46. Isolated showers possible on your Saturday, maybe a few lingering by Sunday, but it's going to be those much better temperatures that we're tracking. If you remember on Sunday, I was talking to you about the potential extreme cold. Yeah, that's a thing of the past now because that moisture gradually building and model run after model run forecasting that rainfall. So with that rainfall in the forecast, keeps those low temperatures a little bit more bearable, not the teens or low 20s, and then those high temperatures getting into the upper 50s and potentially low 60s. So we'll definitely take that forecast and we'll definitely want to take advantage of it. The unfortunate part is some of those rain showers may impact our Saturday parades. We'll be looking at that in a little bit more detail here in just a moment, but wanted to make that note because you'll probably be seeing on social media some stuff circulating about extreme cold, dangerous cold this weekend. Well, it was. Not anymore. That's how the atmosphere is shifting, and we'll of course keep you updated on that forecast, but we like our odds at some more comfortable temperatures Saturday and Sunday. But that doesn't stick around forever, those comfortable temperatures. As you see, Monday morning dropping into the upper 20s once again. Not an impossibility that we could see Monday's temperatures fall depending on how dry things get and how quickly that cold front works its way out of the area. So 27, we like that temperature right now, but that's a temperature that we expect to be flexible heading into the next few days, and we'll definitely keep our eyes on that Monday morning forecast. 51 degrees by the afternoon, so that sunshine warming us up. And then Tuesday, similar forecast, but more bearable low temperatures in the mid-30s. So we are going to stick with this cold pattern for sure, but a few great days ahead with those sunny skies and temperatures back in the low 60s. Make some plans this week to get outside, take the dogs on a walk, head to a Christmas parade, whatever you want to do to take advantage of the forecast. Just make sure it's outside. That's how good this forecast is going to be. Of course, we'll be talking in more detail about that extended forecast with rain chances this weekend coming up here in just 60 seconds here on Mississippi Live Weather at 6. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back here in just a minute.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. Appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
All right, well, we are in the midst of parade season, and the parades tonight are looking absolutely wonderful. 6 p.m., 41 degrees, 7 p.m., 40 degrees, and upper 30s return by 8 p.m. if some of those parades go a little bit longer. Usually about an hour, hour and a half is what we expect. So those parades kicking off at 6, so we get into the 7 o'clock hour, low 40s, and then, of course, that one in Amory kicking off at 6:30. That's going to probably last until 8 p.m., getting into the upper 30s. Feels like value's going to still be in the mid to upper 30s, so layer up. It's going to be a cold one for sure as we get into the next several hours into our Tuesday night. Forgive me, I'm trying to pull up some things behind the scenes, so trying to make technology cooperate. You know how that goes. But let me get this pulled up behind the scenes and should get going here in just a moment. I do want to note that wind chill, if you are further in the northwest, then we could be talking about a few areas that are dealing with some colder forecast for sure. But as we get, this isn't going to want to cooperate, is it? I have faith. All right, we're going to try it one more time. Apologies. If you guys have any questions about the forecast, feel free to put those in chat. And I do want to once again push that we love Weather Watcher pictures. And I know that the forecast has been pretty calm, but Weather Watcher pictures don't have to be severe weather all the time. Can be our morning sunrises, our evening sunsets, get a few of those, and we love to showcase those. We also have our Merry and Bright Christmas light promo going on right now, so if you have not submitted your Christmas lights and want to do so, then we will gladly take those here at Mississippi Live Weather and get those aired as we get into the next several days. I mean, we're just getting December started. We're still December 9th, so we have several more days before we get into that holiday season. So make sure to submit those, and we'll gladly showcase those here in our broadcast. All right, was able to pull it up. Technology cooperated. Let's give it a round of applause, and let's continue this forecast. So Tuesday night, staying on the drier side, and that continues into Wednesday morning as well. Now, I do want to note this is our longer track model. This is our American model, GFS. So let's go ahead and walk through this extended pattern, as this is our long track model that kind of guides us through that weekend forecast. So Wednesday afternoon, staying dry, and then as we get into Wednesday evening, staying dry as well. But then we get into our, let me put something on here real quick. There we go. Want to put that. And yes, okay, sweet. Okay, just wanted to get some of that surface analysis on there to kind of guide you through those that system that's building in. So as you can see, high pressure dictating our forecast over the next several days. That's going to remain just to our south and keep that forecast dry. But then we get into Friday morning, and we start to see this cold front move in. Not going to see much development with that. As you see, it already starting to fade, become a bit stationary, and bring with it a little bit of cloud cover. Well, as we look at that extended pattern, you can see this other system that's starting to develop out towards our west, and that stationary front that's right over the top, giving us a few of these pop-up showers there by Saturday afternoon. This is 3:30 Saturday, so a lot of parades happening, and a few of those happening during the afternoon hours, so we want to make sure to stay prepared. As that front continues to build across North Mississippi, you can see these pop-up showers still a realistic possibility. Not going to be as much coverage as what we were tracking yesterday, but it is still there. So that's why that percentage remains at 20%, but similar to our Monday morning temperatures, this is going to be a flexible forecast as well. So Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening, those showers still remain in place. I'm going to have to clear off surface analysis because it loses data beyond that Saturday time frame. Moving into Sunday, that cloud cover remains in place, maybe an occasional shower throughout that morning commute, but then we start to really dry up heading into the latter part of our Sunday and into Monday morning. So we're looking at Monday morning lows, right? Well, those winds, breezy coming out of the north, so wind chill going to be a factor as well. But look at how much clearing there is. Whenever we have this much clearing, all of that heat can escape, and then we're looking at a cold start to our Monday morning, and those temperatures definitely could be variable and drop just a bit than what we're experiencing right now. And right now we're forecasting 27 degrees, potential low 20s. It's a possibility, but we're still 6 days out. So that forecast is going to be one that changes, but hopefully it changes for the better, like the weekend did, and not for the worse, like what it could be. But yeah, this is really where our focus is over the next several days is going to be on that weekend forecast with those rain chances, and then our Monday morning temperatures as that system clears on out. So we're going to keep eyes on this behind the scenes, but for now, we are in a very good pattern, and that pattern continues for our parade planners this evening. We are going to have coverage tonight at the Amory Christmas Parade, so we hope that you guys stay tuned for that. It's going to be a separate stream, so we're going to drop this one for a bit, and then as soon as that parade gets going, we will send out a push letting you know, hey, we're broadcasting the Amory Christmas Parade, and if you guys want to see some floats, definitely going to be a good one. I saw someone in the comments of Matt's post that they said, they weren't able to make it because their child has the flu. This is a perfect situation to where you can come in there and join us, and you get to be in the chat as well. So talk about the parade with us, give us your thoughts and opinions and who you know in the parade, and we'll work to give them a shout out. But yeah, excited to be able to provide that for you guys. We also have someone from the Amory Main Street Association that's going to tell us, who's who and give us the latest information, because as much as we want to know everyone in Amory, there are a few spots that we are maybe unaware of. And so that's going to help us be able to tell who's who in the entire parade. So we hope that you guys will join us there. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm seeing a lot of folks in the chat just saying watching or hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome into the 6 o'clock broadcast. We hope that you guys will join us here in just a couple minutes. I promise it's not going to be but a little bit after the half hour as those floats get going, and Matt's going to have the latest on the coverage out there, and can't wait for it, and we'll be showing that live here on Mississippi Live Weather. Go ahead and download that app if you have not done so. That's going to be where it's broadcasted at, iOS and Android. It's also on our socials, Facebook and Twitter, as well as YouTube. So for everyone joining on that, it'll be there as well. And next broadcast following this special edition stream of the parade this evening is going to be at 10 o'clock tonight. We expect to see you guys there, assessing the latest information whenever it comes to rain chances this weekend and temperature potential next week. But we know it's a beautiful forecast throughout the rest of this week. We hope you guys enjoy it, and we hope that you guys take full advantage and get to attend these wonderful parades across North Mississippi.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.